Welcome to Connect 36 Presents, a very special Father's Day episode of Team Bear. I am King Bear in the building.
I am Big Sister Bree.
Middle sister Jada.
I'm the little one too.
All right. You guys are kind of goofy today. I don't know why everybody's getting all shell shocked. 10 seconds ago, everybody was talking about everything from white ghetto babies to boogers and stuff, but all right, we'll go ahead and get to it. So, how's everybody been? So, how we been doing, guys?
Been feeling real black.
Yeah, Juneteenth weekend.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely showing out. So,
what does Juneteenth mean over there where you at, too?
the honest answer is, how can every white person here take advantage of the day? But there is a lot of black events happening though, which I love. I mean, yesterday they got started with their first ever 8-second black rodeo, which pretty interesting. I don't know. They just doing a bunch of different events and stuff.
What was it, like 12 of y'all out there?
Nah, it was sold out. It was like in hundreds.
Wow.
But it definitely nice. But
Now, was that in Oregon or Washington?
it was Oregon, Portland. So, it was a fun event though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And baby girl, you did what?
So we have this group called Black AF Naples, where all the black people came together to celebrate Juneteenth. It was a nice little cookout. We had decoration games, dance party, really good food. Don't laugh, I made Southern style green beans, and I made some Cajun butter ranch corn. I said Black AF. You gotta put that for me. I ain't say the word. I just said AF. Nah, AF. I didn't say ass. I didn't say that.
Okay. Did you have anybody out there that could cook?
Honestly, yes. It was a good event. I really enjoyed myself. What happened? Okay, there we go. We're back.
Oh.
No, my computer. But it was a really good event. I don't know. It was good. It's not a lot of black people here, so when we collectively get together, it's really good. I met a lot of good people. We had a poem, and I really appreciate it. And all my coworkers who ain't better be at work on Monday. I said what I said.
Co-workers or subordinates?
I don't care. Whoever ain't better be at work
Lord.
on. Quote me.
You pulling the color card on them?
Absolutely. I'm like, see you at work on Monday. I won't see you, but you better be at the desk.
Wow. Wow.
Just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
For the coworkers watching.
Mm-hmm. And Jada Bear, what you have going on?
Nothing. I didn't do anything for Juneteenth, unfortunately.
But you're allowed. You're allowed.
I recommended a festival to a coworker of the children.
That's the half of it.
Yeah, spread the word.
Well, see, the thing is, when you're a Gemini, Juneteenth really doesn't matter. So, shout out to all them June Geminis out there. And, hey, we're going to stop that nonsense. I'm going to have to get to shooting out there. Nah, anyway. But Jada Bear just celebrated a birthday. Is everybody allowed to know or what? Are you at the age where 25?
Hey, you
old. She's at the age. She gets the reduction in the insurance payments, and then just a multiple of 5. That's pretty much all that goes with it. But
that's it. I do have to call my insurance company though.
Yes, indeed.
Go ahead and take that $10 off a month.
Anything will help.
I know that's right. So, do we want to discuss where we're at? What parts of?
Guess I'll go first. Currently in Vancouver, Washington. Exact opposite. but basically Northwest.
What about you, baby girl?
I'm in Naples, Italy, because of my occupation, because of my job. So unfortunately, I cannot spend Father's Day in Georgia, even though I wish I could. But I'll be over here in Italy.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about Italy. Nothing else.
All right, we're going to leave it at that then. And of course, me and Jada Bear are out here just west of the A. But so baby girl, real quick, you had a situation going on with the trying to find a vehicle and everything like that. Is that all sorted? Have you made a decision on that?
No, it's up to you, Dad. You told me that you was gonna help me, so I'm gonna wait until I get home so my dad can help me get my car situated. No, ain't nothing situated. I'm waiting on you.
Okay. I mean, have you decided on a type though? I mean, we know we were looking at the small SUVs.
I just want like a small SUV. That's all we know. Okay. All-wheel drive.
Out here?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'd be
snow town.
I mean, it'd be perfect. I mean, the gas soon, hopefully the gas ain't too bad. But just for like terrain driving, like hasn't been as constantly as raining, like throughout, summer and a little bit of fallish. But through the rain too, like SUV would be perfect. That's like what you're main cared about, and plus, compactability of it too. I mean, I'm driving a pretty much what you call it, mini SUV, whatever a CRV is, which I think is like
yeah, pretty much.
And I can whip it around whenever I want. I can, but it's still structurally sound, so I think it worked.
Okay. So there you have it. You're at least barking up the right tree. I was thinking, don't go too small because, you're used to those Italian streets out there, small and narrow. And once you get back to the States, you'll have maniacs like me driving big SUVs, and you don't want to be, in something too small. So.
Absolutely. I know that little Ford Fiesta wasn't doing nothing.
Mm-mm.
Not at all.
You're a bug on somebody's windshield. Well, we'll get that figured out. So, we're going to get started. You guys ready to do it?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
All right, let's get to it. How would you guys handle your mate, light or heavy, flirting with somebody of the opposite sex in front of you? Let me give you a scenario. Say you're going on a trip, right? And you guys are getting ready to get on a plane and go somewhere together. And one of the people at the airport, the people who let you on the plane, the boarding personnel, happens to be somebody that your mate kind of finds attractive, and your mate tells you that they want to go up to the counter and see if they could get you guys better tickets. So you're sitting in the seat and you're watching your mate across the room, and they're leaning on the counter, they're talking, they're laughing. You see the op out there putting their hands on your mate's shoulder and they're laughing and everything. Then your mate comes back and you guys have, you have bumped up seats. So maybe not first class, but maybe then, business class or comfort, something like that. So, would that be a point of, getting in your feelings and contention, or would you just kind of, okay. Like, would you say anything after that? Would you let it ride? What would you do?
It's okay. I'll go first. No worries. So I'm going to be like, so what did you tell her? What did you tell her we were? Am I your sister, your friend, your spouse? And if they be like, No, like I just told her like we're together and da 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 da. And that'd been it. If we was sitting in nice seats, I ain't got much to say. I'll be like, all right, don't do that. Be careful. But I ain't gonna be mad. I'm be like, all right, business class it is for free.
All right. And if he said, "Oh, I told her you was my play cousin, and I had to take her number, but I'm not gonna call."
Let me see the number. Delete next. Put on
The number is where I draw the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I said, I mean, go ahead, Jada.
Oh, I thought you were saying so.
Yeah. I don't think I would like it, like watching it, but if we got the seats, I'd probably like joke about it, like, I bet you did. But if we didn't get the seats, then I'd be mad. And I'd be like, I bet you did.
Right.
But if we got the seats, I don't think it'd be too big.
Me neither.
And
Okay.
I'd like to see where the number was.
All right.
Wait, how do you
If it's
know
on
the
a
number?
piece of paper, it's trash. If it's in your phone, I'm deleting it.
Okay. Now, would you trust that that's all that happened though?
Oh, I'd want to know like the whole conversation. But I wouldn't think it's too
Okay.
If the trust is there, it's kind of like, come on now, you know where you live.
big. Yeah.
No play.
Got you. And then if that person pops up on their Instagram,
Listen,
later.
we can't think about that stuff. That's just I mean, I gotta be a la land. I can't be manifesting toxicity. Okay, I gotta trust these days. Okay, hold on, you ain't say all that.
well, I mean, situations are not just instantaneous. Sometimes things have a way of revealing themselves later.
And that's fine. He gonna be by himself later. That's fine.
Really, you would cut ties over Instagram?
No, not necessarily Instagram, but if you're continuing to make those type of interactions, I'd be like, okay, well, if you're gonna continue this, I think you should follow through. I'm gonna see my way out. You do you, boo. I'm not stopping you from being who you are, and I'm gonna leave it like that. Period.
Okay. And Jay?
But I changed my answer.
So the Instagram later is still gonna be cool because of the seats?
No. Is there interaction on Instagram, or you mean like they pop up as people you may know?
I'm the old man. I don't know. I mean, do you check or do you at least have an idea of who your mates, friends, or people are on Instagram? So if this new person popped up and you happen to think she looks as familiar as the other person, like you wouldn't even notice or anything like that?
I wouldn't even notice. I have no idea.
Okay. You quiet over there at Pacific Northwest? What's going on?
I was letting y'all getting it through first. I think it depends on the walk back, and if they're looking at me like straight dead eyed and like not in a joking manner, I don't know, because I'm thinking for me, if they purposely, and I know that other person, and they know that they think the other person's attractive, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they're walking back and they're smiling just like in a giggly way, and then I ask about it and it's like, oh, nothing, we got free seats, then I'd be like, oh, why you say nothing like that?
So instant suspicion, huh? Okay.
It would be a little bit suspicion, but if we're like on that level that like you can be able to flirt like with another person specifically for that game, then be like, all right, I see you, because that's like that what the main focus is. Like we got better seats out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'd be like a trust thing and be like, all right, if that means you can jokingly flirt, that means it's reciprocal, right? If it's for our benefit game, would that be okay?
That's a good one. So I can upgrade the room. I can flirt with the concierge for the room.
Yeah.
Now, would that turn into an argument if your mate turns around and he's like, hey, hold on, you was doing more than what I was doing?
Right. Okay. Then it's a little tip for tat.
I think it'd be more of a thing like if we know the people type of thing.
Well, they're at the airport, so you don't know it.
True. Wait, so do I know the concierge or not?
Nah, you guys are out of town. You
Okay.
go on a trip and you're out of town.
All right. I think I would trust it. But then if I would just glance over and just like on Instagram and it's like on their For You page and I just see that person's face just scroll on by and be like, so you capping, so you lying. I got you. I would feel some type of way then. And then about the number thing, if it's written down, I know I can't stay trusted because like who's really writing down numbers now? Like in today, but that is true. If there's some,
you got to translate it to your generation. Obviously, I'm talking mine, but I'm saying writing numbers. Obviously, you guys don't write numbers. I'm not even sure if you guys still remember what pens and pencils even are. So for us, it would be writing down a number. For you guys, like I said, that's why I brought up Instagram and things of that nature. Yeah. People, they give Instagram addresses now.
Yeah.
So,
there's some out there, though. I'll say in my generation a little bit. It's more rare, but yeah.
But yeah, phone numbers are more intimate than Instagram.
Now, if Snapchat, they pop up on Snapchat.
Now it's a problem.
Yeah.
Because evidence disappears, right? Wow.
How did they get you on Snapchat if the number was gone?
They say, I don't know. It just added. I don't know. I ain't getting caught up like that. I'm just like, yo, we're stuck in our seats, and that's it. I'm not dealing with it.
You wouldn't let mom flirt her way to some upgraded seats for your legs? Think about your knees.
I would, and I have. I'm just not going to. If it comes down to me flirting for us to get some, I'm like, yo, we just ain't getting it. That's it. Because I don't want that. I don't want them kind of problems. Because,
what
I
about
know you
allowing her to flirt to get y'all some tickets?
Yeah, I'll do that. And I'm going to be like Jay. I'm going to give her hell for a little bit. But honestly, it's not going to bother me because, one, I don't have people banging into my knees on an airplane. But but nah, I'm I'll be like, oh, so yeah, what did you say to him really? And all that. But nah, I'm not gonna it's not gonna bother me. But like I said, I'm not gonna do it because I know your mom. And it ain't gonna be nothing I can say in the world to convince her that there's nothing going on. So but that's one of the things I love about it, because, I like being fussed over. So
Lord.
Aww.
And me and Jada ain't on it. We
oh yeah, it's plenty of fussing, as y'all all know. But but nah, I'm not gonna put myself in that situation. Okay, so moving on with that same line then. What about, how would y'all feel about, and this is kind of a weird one, but just put it into hypothetical terms. Stepping on my cord here. All right, so how would you guys feel about whoever you're with or whatever situation, they become your ex and now they start dating either one of your friends or one of your siblings? How do you go about handling that?
That's gonna hit hard, because that either means y'all were low-key talking when we were talking, because no way it just jumped like that instantly, because I trust the loyalty and be like a little bit, but there might be that little suspicion on like, y'all like during the relationship, y'all like, dang, feeling some type of way about it.
Yeah, there could have been messing during. You would never. Well,
that would hurt. I don't.
But how would you deal with it though?
Yeah, dang, too. Answer the question.
I don't know what I'm gonna.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
What
Like,
are you gonna
still
say?
Gonna
How
be
are you
friends,
gonna do
right?
it?
Oh, am I still gonna be friends? I mean,
Like, say it's
I'm
a childhood friend.
I'm gonna first ask them about it, and like, if I can tell something is up, it's like, nah, it was. I think I'm gonna just drop the friendship right there, a little bit. I don't.
So you ain't gonna use
like,
it to the advantage to see, like, would you even care what was going on when y'all were together at that point? You know what I mean? Like if you was with a girl and then she broke up with you, and then a month later you find out her and your boy are together. Like, are you gonna question the time you had when it was you and her, or you just gonna call it quits?
I mean, I'm gonna feel hurt about it, because especially if it was during. So I'm just gonna, for my mental health, not even be around that no more. Like from either side, I'm thinking, because I'm gonna have to constantly think about that, and it was like, I don't know, because it feels like that's fake love, and that's not like true love, like with the other partner. With my girl at the time.
Jay?
So it's. I mean.
Oh, my bad too.
My fault. I was
it out.
Nah. I was pausing out. Just I would need space first, just from both sides to think.
You're being really nice. I think it depends on the situation, right? If they knew about me and the person and they got together still, it's a problem. If they didn't know about me and the other person, or if me and the other person weren't like, if we only went on 1 or 2 dates and I didn't care about the person, then I probably wouldn't care. If I had feelings for that person, and they knew about it and they still went with them, then I'd really have to rethink our friendship. I'd be like, why would you do this? I'd need to know all the details. Did it happen during our relationship? When did it start? And is it serious? And if I'm over the person and it wasn't serious with me in the other one, then I don't know if I'd have a problem. It's never happened. So yeah. I don't know if I'd have a problem with it. If it were one of my siblings, we'd have a problem.
Who's the problem with, though? Is it
my
the
sibling?
Yeah.
Well, honestly,
both.
yeah, both. But my sibling, if Bree ever did that, we'd have a huge problem. First of all, right now, it's me or him. Right now, choose me or him. Me or him. What are we doing? Choose. Because what were you thinking?
The thought should have never even occurred.
Never. Even with
that's why.
Friend, honestly.
I feel like for me, that tie between me and my sibling is never be the same, because I'm like, why would you do, even if it's somebody I did not take serious, that's disgusting. Yeah. And I feel like if you would go behind me and talk to someone else that I've had relations, or even if I gave a little kiss to, we're done. I'm like, you can't be trusted. I can't trust you with anything because you're sly. And if I find out from someone else, I'm gonna be like, that's gross. Yeah. I just feel like I can't even talk about this because it better never happen.
Never. Okay.
Jada, I don't even want to manifest this conversation.
We don't even have similar types.
I don't even. That's not true, Jada. That's not true.
Come on, baby girl. We know. You like the smaller dudes that you could beat up. We all know that.
I don't like smaller dudes.
Shout outs to the midgets out there.
What are you talking about? I talk to very tall, dark-skinned men, so I mean,
beatable men. I know. So
wow.
Tall and slender.
No, that's not true.
Dark-skinned, slender is definitely your type.
Yeah, I'm just joking, sweetheart.
Don't be out here telling my business. I don't hit people.
Anyway. Okay.
Stop laughing so hard.
So, all right. So let's take it off of siblings. And let's bring it back to, a more realistic thing. Say it was one of your girls, and she knows about the relationship because she's one of your girls. And maybe she saw how he treats you, and she doesn't have that, and she wants that. But she doesn't want something like that. She wants that. She wants exactly what you got. And y'all were together for a long period of time.
You and the person, your spouse?
Yeah, spouse, significant other, whatever. You were dating for years. And y'all broke up. And then a month later, like you've had no contact with him, and you had no contact with her. And then all of a sudden you happen to see them out one day and they're together. Neither one of them, well, especially her, she hasn't reached out to tell you about it or anything. One, do you approach this situation? Or do you just dismiss her without saying anything?
I might have to ghost both of them. Because at that point, she's no longer my friend.
Period.
Would you let her know that you've seen her? Like, you would say nothing at all, just it's over with right there?
I mean, if it's been a month and we haven't talked anyway, we clearly aren't that good of friends. But no. Because you could have been plotting on me that whole time. You could be jealous that whole time, wishing bad things on me, wishing, oh, I hope they break up so I can get with them. I don't need that type of energy in my life.
Oh, Lord. Speak your truth, baby girl.
2. You have to have a standpoint.
Good
okay?
Lord. You guys act like this is
quiet.
hard-hitting stuff. This should be pretty easy.
I mean, I think after the second on Jada, it'd be a. I'm not trying to be like having a strict standpoint on it. Like,
ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna have to check the DNA on these 3. I'm gonna have to swab everybody's mouths. I don't understand because it's supposed to be blow the spot and then walk off.
I'm not trying to. First of all, I'm about to say 2. You take it too long. First of all, I'm gonna go over there. I'm like, oh, hey, girl. Your man's my man. My man's your man.
Wow.
Oh, I guess we all just in a nasty sandwich. I would have felt my peace. I would have let it been known. I'd be like, you know what? I wish you the best. But how you got him is how you'll lose him. And I'd have just left it at that. But I'm going to let it be known that I know what y'all was doing. Period. So I'm going to say my piece. I'm like, girl, you're not my girl no more. And I just leave it like that. But I agree with Jada. I wouldn't give it any more energy, but I want them to know that I see them. And I will make my presence like known. I'm like, girl, that's crazy. Congratulations.
And if she pops off with some foul stuff, well, girl, he was just telling me you couldn't handle him, so.
You know what? And you know what?
See,
I for you.
Now it's a problem. Oh no,
that was never. But that's my thing is I'm a girl's girl. So even if she would have got nasty and stuff like that, I'd be like, girl, you know what? Y'all got each other. You can, I hope, you know what? I lied. I would say a lot of, you might have to put the bleep on real quick. I probably would have said my piece. I'd be like, girl, you love sloppy seconds, and how you got him is how you gonna lose him. Cause you're nasty. You can taste my bleep, okay, on his lip. You sloppy seconds, bleep. So, exactly. So, I think I would say my piece, but I wouldn't give it energy because I'm like, both of you guys weren't meant to be in my world. And it's just another way that God is showing me who you truly are, who he is. I wouldn't even care about him because we broke up. You do you. But with me and her, it's done.
Unforgivable.
The relationship will never be the same. And that's why I said I don't ever want to think about it with a sibling because we're done. I don't believe those type of people. If you can do something like that to your best friend, you'll do it to anybody. And your blood, your sibling, you do that to me, I don't trust you with nothing. You can't even see your little nieces and nephews. We're done. Period.
I read a book about that, and the girl it was her fiance, and her sister was sleeping with him, and she got pregnant.
That's disgusting.
Like, what? Honestly, at that point, what do? They eventually got married, had children, settled down, had a whole family with your ex-fiance.
Wow.
But so, like, at that point, when do you forgive, or is the family divided? Do you move on because they have a whole family and children at that point, or like? That was a good.
What would you do, Dad? Look at the dog in the background too.
That's my question.
Yeah, see, because I'm thinking about both, and the first one is simple. The one I posed is easy. The one that Jada just posed in that book, that'd be a different thing.
That's the one I want to know the answer to. Let's hear that one.
Yeah, I'm petty. I'm ungodly petty.
So how would you maneuver? Like, you know, if I was talking to a guy and, you know, God forbid, Jada be like, oh, well, I really like him, and then she gets pregnant, or doesn't matter, me or Jada, how would you maneuver around that?
If it happened to me and Bree, and you gotta choose,
Well, I gotta choose.
You don't want to be in the hot seat too. You don't want to be in the
Those are
hot
my
seat.
grandkids. I'm like, you two need to work this out.
Like you have grandkids at this point.
So
You
what are
can't
you
be
gonna
like,
do?
you're a cheat, so I don't want to.
Well, I can't pick one over the other because if I'm choosing, then I'm literally saying, Jada, I'm choosing you. Baby girl, you're no longer in my life, or baby girl, I'm choosing you, and Jada Bear, you're no longer. I can't do that. I can't do that.
But what about the person who is hurt?
Right.
Jada, I literally heard the same story you was talking about, and that's why I said. So if the person who feels like they've been, betrayed, and you take their side, and you still see the grandkid, how? So what you gonna do?
Inadvertently choosing.
I'm telling y'all right now, I'm Switzerland. I'm Switzerland.
There's no such thing.
I'm Switzerland.
You gotta pick a side. Pick a
I'm
side.
Switzerland.
She cheated and got pregnant with my fiance.
I know.
So what you gonna do?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Switzerland. I'm gonna go.
There's no such thing.
I'm gonna go, Mama Bear. You gonna have to sort this one out.
Oh, I should ask Mom that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be like, you sort it out. I'm with you.
Where are we going?
Whatever side you pick, I'm with you.
For
Good
real.
answer.
And then I'm gonna be on her shoulder because I'm gonna tell the other one. I'm like, hey, I wanted to be on your side, but your mom. No. Yeah, that's. I mean, if it's with you guys, that's tough. I mean, I'm gonna have to logistically schedule stuff. I'd be like, look, when you here, you already know your auntie ain't gonna be here. Don't ask no questions. Christmas is gonna be me and your mom's gonna bounce around for Christmas at that point because we ain't having people come to the house in that type of situation.
But
So
that's what we're saying. How would you maneuver that though? The
like I
holidays would
said,
never be the
it'd
same.
be Christmas at your house for a couple hours, and Christmas at Jada's house for a couple hours. And
Okay, but whoever house you end up at last.
it's gonna be two. So ain't gonna have nothing to do with the situation. I ain't stay. I'm Switzerland, man. Not on that one. Now, if it was Jada's scenario and I was going through it, yeah, I'm petty. I'm so dirty. Like I'm literally doing everything I can to break up their marriage. Like I'm dirty. Every time I see the kids, I'm like, you're supposed to be mine, right? Like I'm dirty. That's gonna be easy for me. Because if it's my feelings hurt, yeah. And it takes, if you hurt my feelings, it's gonna be a problem. It is. And it's never gonna stop. Like, I don't care if the kids are 35 years old about to have their own kids. It's still gonna be there. But if it's you too, oh my God. I don't even know how you can answer that. I should call your moms right now and get her on the phone. How will we handle this? Because I need your help. Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's only good because y'all put yourselves in a situation and that messed me up. Because I can't do that. I can't. There's no way. There's no way.
It's tough.
Everybody's going to be mad. They're just not going to be mad at me because I'm putting it on whoever I can at that point. If your grandmother got to be in the mix, I'll be like, hey, I wanted you to come over, but your grandmother said she wanted the other one, so I'm sorry. Like, I can't choose.
Ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely family breakers right there. But, I mean, things like that happen. Okay. Wow. Okay. So, we're going to get off of this because it's getting warm in this room. Jeez, I might get a fan or something. All right. So, a little bit lighter. Out of three y'all, who's having the first kid?
Jada.
Hey, Bree.
Barking up the wrong tree.
I wouldn't put that on any of us
Actually.
right now. I believe it's power in the words.
Nobody said right now. I just said who's going to do it first. It could be 5 years from now first.
I
It
feel
could be
like
tomorrow first. I don't know.
Two or Jada?
why do you think me?
Because it's not me. It's not gonna be so.
Simple
not
words
gonna
have
be
never
me.
been spoken. Okay,
It's
who
not
is
gonna
it?
be me. Even though I'm the oldest, not gonna be me.
I feel like you're gonna find that one person and then instantly know, and then it's just gonna happen. It's just gonna be out of nowhere.
But
I think
that's
it would
why-
be me too.
Yeah, but
Wow.
I feel like for me, it's not. I just feel like because of my job, my lifestyle, it's just not gonna happen. And if it does happen, it's by choice completely.
Yeah.
Like it gotta be like I'm
Mhm.
planning.
Yeah, but it
this.
might not be your
Yeah.
choice.
What you mean? It's a new world. Birth control.
Right. Okay.
There are other options too.
Okay.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Just be careful. Okay.
Like
What do
I
you think, man?
By
So,
choice.
Who do I think?
Yeah.
I'm not
Jada.
allowed to say that.
I think
I'm not allowed to.
I agree with two. I think Bree would meet someone, fall fast and fall hard, and like out of all of a sudden she's in a house with a baby with her man.
I'm literally
I
the
can
most
see that.
Like,
Like,
shut the
I'm the only person who's single, who's super single, and I don't know what are these things, these delusions you guys are coming up in your head. Two and Jada, I'm just confused.
Bree's next
When I'm
place.
literally the pickiest person alive.
Yeah, but you never know.
Jada, you're literally in like a 5-year relationship. Talk about who having a kid
And
first.
still
You.
no kids. 5 years in. Still
Yeah, and
none.
like I said, you, because it's planned 5 more years, a kid.
I need more than that.
I
I'm
think
25.
5 more years, a kid.
7, 8 years sounds really good.
That's crazy.
From
Y'all
now
talk
or
about-
from the start? Because that's only 2 months.
From now.
Oh, okay.
additional.
One clarification for the universe. That's all.
Yeah,
At
no,
this
from
point,
now.
I feel like I think it's 2 because it's really not.
Nah, I'm way too selfish right now.
Yeah, right now, but in a couple years,
I'll probably still be selfish.
I don't know. 2. I just feel like y'all ain't got
Unless
no.
I find that person and like establish that, I'll be way too selfish with that person.
Well, I just feel like Dad, you might as well just not be looking forward to any grandkids because right now it's not looking too. Okay,
Y'all got a minute.
like
Hey,
Good minute.
Y'all
honestly,
better not put it up to me. That's all I'm saying.
that's fine with me because I'm gonna tell you now that I got all 3 y'all at the same time in the same room. You all get 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
3 weeks to do what?
3 weeks kid vacation. That's all you get. Use it
nah,
how
I'm
you want.
leaving there going on.
No.
deployment. Go ahead to your grandparents' house. We out. I'm gone. I'm dropping them off. I'm gone.
You got, so if I was you, I'd turn 1 week into a bunch of little weekends. Well, that only give you like 2-3 weekends.
Mama gonna let us drop them off.
Because she
Yes,
going
she
with
is.
y'all. She going on
I'm
vacation with
dropping them
y'all
off
with
and
the
I'm
baby.
leaving.
And you got 2 weeks out of the summer. I think that would be a great vacation for you.
Y'all have a whole month during the summer.
Until they hit about 7 or 8. Because before that, like if I got to change a diaper, I might leave them somewhere.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, to be at your house, you might not be there, but I'm sure you left food.
This is why mommy has to be there. When you say things like this makes me scared.
It's working. It's working.
No, I'm gonna literally like drop the baby off at the door, then ring the doorbell and go.
And that's why we have Ring devices on the house. Because when I see her pulling up, I'm like, babe, don't open the door. She's coming with kids. They got bags. They trying to run.
I'm gonna listen.
We're dropping them off and I'm dipping DoorDash. Drop off and Dad.
DoorDash.
And then Dad talking all this mess on this
I'm calling
podcast.
the orphanage. I'm like, somebody left a kid on my step. Somebody come get it.
Homer,
Like we
yeah,
have
right.
girls. Oh,
It's done.
It's gonna
He's
be
over
more
here.
than
I can't
2
wait to
weeks.
quote this podcast. I'm gonna be like, remember what you said? No, they can say another month. It's okay, baby girl. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait to quote this.
My birthday is June 10th, so as a Gemini, I'm allowed to change up. So I still reserve that. But as of now, when there's no kids on the planet, I'm saying what I'm saying. And that's my truth for now. Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Can you imagine taking them for the whole month of June and going to Universal with the babies?
Absolutely not.
Even on
It's
your
not
birthday?
No. There will be no
Well, you said-
kids
you
on
said
my
2 weeks
birthday
days.
until they're at least 7. They're about to ruin my Universal.
They have
So I
more
can use the 2
stuff.
weeks like on your birthday and Father's Day then, right?
Yeah,
Uh-uh.
but I don't want them for my birthday. Ours are 4 days apart.
Exactly. What do you think I want them for?
I want them for mine. They're gonna ruin it.
Yeah, you know the kids be good in September though. You know, your mom would take them the first week of September, and Bria take them the last week of September.
Taking no kid. Jada don't trust me with her kids, so
I
it's not gonna
definitely would.
Yeah,
I definitely
I'm not
would.
trusting.
and I would too. Because if Jada drops off the kid, it's been longer than 2 weeks. They're going to you.
Ain't
Wherever,
gonna have no choice.
whatever. I'll put them things in a doggy kit and fly them on a plane and
That's
send them
fine
to
with
your
me,
house
like-
via Uber. Okay, so since the general consensus is Bree's gonna have the first one, who's gonna have the most?
Wild.
Don't get mad. Soon to be mom first. So who's gonna have the most?
That's a good-
Jada. She gonna have twins off the rip.
Don't-
Period.
That's
don't
true.
put
That's true. I see
It
that.
runs on both sides.
Don't put that on me.
You popping 2 and 1.
Don't put,
Jada said
2 and 1.
she hit the bullshit button.
don't put that on me.
2 and 1. What's the combo? 2 for 1. That's about to be you.
It's
2
a
for 1.
possibility on mom's side too, so you could have them as well, Bree.
Girl, bye. Once
Grandma
again, it's gonna be
Susie and Grandma Susie had brothers and sisters that were twins.
like I said.
Oh,
You
Jada, man, that means you doomed.
got both. You got both.
Mm.
I can see Jada having like at least 4.
I
Double
give her
twin.
about 4.
I think
You got
double twins is
Little
gonna happen.
timeout corner with the lights. No, Tommy. Bad Tommy. Go in your corner and imagine being a good boy. And that's Jada. So,
We have this
I can-
conversation all the time.
You
That
disagree
is
with
not
that
gentle-
disciplinary?
That is not gentle parenting, and timeouts do not work. That's not what I agree with. But
go to your creative corner. Express yourself. No, we're not going to call it timeout in this house. Your creative corner.
Wait,
Let it
wait,
out.
what you gonna do, baby girl?
that's
You
what
gonna?
I'm trying to figure out. Now she's showing
It
up
worked.
for the camera because we've had these conversations
Yeah.
before, and she said she wasn't going to spank her kids. Now she's
Baby,
spanking
I hang around single mamas. I have personally got my butt beat by a 3-year-old today. He said, "What? Beak?" I said, "Oh no, that creative corner ain't gonna count." I just feel like if I meet my match, it's not gonna work.
Did
It's
you
just
punch him
not
in the
gonna
chest
work.
when he hit you?
No, it's not my kid. I
What
grabbed
the-
his fist like, "Hey, now stop all that."
Uh,
He told his mama.
you know, once somebody
It's not-
hits you, they're no longer a child or opposite of sex. They're an assailant.
I
You
just
have the
feel
right
like
to whoop that ass.
it depends on the child because some kids like to
Does
get
it?
hit.
Does it?
Yes, because hitting don't work for everybody. I don't think it worked for me.
It didn't.
I really do. It didn't.
You didn't get hit hard enough.
Yes, I did.
She did.
One time.
He did.
I've
Did it
never
work?
I've never even been hit with an extension cord, but Bree has.
Yeah. And it didn't work.
But,
My mouth is still
Mom
ridiculous.
didn't do that, by the way.
Well, that's mouth. I mean, you guys are girls. You're supposed to have that. You're supposed to have the
That's when you
snapbacks
get
and stuff
beat up.
like that.
No.
2, did it work?
Yeah.
Sound better right now.
All I can imagine is that size. I forget what size it was, but just that flip flop, and that's all.
5, 10, 15. Yeah.
Yeah, it
See,
it
it's
helps.
different for
just
girls.
feel like
I get that.
It just depends on the child.
But if
That's all
both y'all have boys, I mean, I'm telling you
Oh,
now,
we getting rough. We tussling.
you're going to have to.
We're tussling for boys.
Yeah. Well,
Or helped. I mean,
well, you saw what happened when somebody offered to punch me in the face. What happened? So,
that works.
I'm telling you, that's how you deal with boys. That's what you should have did, baby girl. You should have ducked his ass across the room.
No.
I can't.
You
I'm
ain't
too
know.
timid. I
Poor
just
baby.
can't.
What?
I'm not
Okay.
gonna name names. Don't do that to him.
Hey, if he did it to
I
me,
want-
he would have been under the table. Boosh.
Then he's gonna be scared and he's not gonna want to tell you things. He's not gonna want to grow up and be able to come to you when they're in trouble. That's not how it should happen.
I think it just, once again, Jada, I think it depends on the age to be like what's right and what's wrong. But like once it gets to like I don't know, middle school, we have to have complete transparency. I think it's just when it's younger because you have to let a child know like what they're doing is wrong. And if you say, don't do that, and they keep doing it, what are you going to do then?
Well, it's not. Well, kids are gonna do that whether you beat them or not.
Not true.
But you have to distract them. Now, the thing with the one that you said today where he almost punched you, what you could have done, yes, you grab his hand.
No, he did punch me.
Or
He did punch
you
me.
multiple times.
And I grabbed his hand when he
You
tried
grabbed
to
his
get.
hand. You grabbed his hand, and what did you say?
I said, listen, you don't do that. Hey, come get your son.
Now, you could have told him, hey, you don't do that. I don't put my hands on you. Would you like me to put my hands on you and hit you? He's going to be like, no, don't hit
That's
me.
not true. I
That's what
know
you
this.
hope he'll be like.
Or you
Like,
could
do
hold,
it, and we're gonna fight. And he said, I'll fight you right now. Bing, 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 bing. What's up? What then?
okay, well, then you tell him, no, violence is not the answer. I don't play with you like that. Don't play with me like that. And you direct
But then
him
he
to
punches
something
you
else.
again.
If you want to be violent, then you go and you distract them and you say, go play with something else. Go do this because I am not going to continue this with you.
I just need you to meet your maker because I've come in contact with these type of kids where I'm literally in my job capacity and they don't care. You can say, hey, how about we do this? Instead of hitting me, let's do this.
But those
Okay,
kids are also
no.
raised like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They get distracted for a little bit and still continue the behavior.
But that's what I'm
And
saying.
go to
If you
school.
raise a kid on gentle parenting from the beginning, it's going to be different than if you let your kid hit you and you just be like, hey, don't do that. And other times, if they hit you, you laugh and play along. Then you're sending the kid mixed signals. Okay, it's okay to hit her in this way, but it's not okay to hit her in that way. You have to set boundaries.
And
Let me
then what
ask
if?
you-
Go ahead.
hold on, baby girl. Let me ask you something, Jay. If when you were a kid, say 4 or 5 years old, did you ever have the inkling to jump down an entire flight of stairs?
I don't think so.
That's what you're dealing with boys. We, especially at a young age, we don't reason well. And that's what the problem is. Now, with girls, your logic completely makes sense. I totally get it. But like I said, you're dealing with the mentality of, I seen him do it on TV. I'm Superman. I could do it. Now, is no amount of parents telling you, don't do that, you're going to get hurt, is going to stop that boy from doing it. Girls, absolutely. You tell a girl, don't do that. You're going to get hurt. Do you want to get hurt? No, I don't want to get hurt. You don't have no more problems. Boy, you say, don't jump down the stairs, you're going to get hurt. Okay, 2 seconds later. And you literally hear it.
But you going to spank him, or was him tumbling
No.
down the stairs the punishment?
And that's what I'm saying. Boys have to be taught by physical interaction. Telling boys not to do something because it's wrong, it just doesn't sink in well. And that's the only thing I'm concerned with. Now, I'm not saying that's every boy on the planet. I mean, you might give birth to a boy that you're able to do that just because of coming from your genes, where you're able to do that and it works out great. But the general consensus, we ain't like that.
I mean, and that's not just a boy thing, of course. That's a girl thing too. Sometimes you have to go through those things to realize it. And a lot of the times, not listening to your parents, you have to do that. That's how you learn. That's how kids develop themselves. That's how they get their own personality. I understand that. And I think tumbling down the stairs, that does have to happen sometimes, and that's how you learn the lesson. I agree with something like that. If I tell you don't touch the stove, and you still touch the stove, that is your punishment. Where I draw the line is getting violent with the child. That's where I draw the line, and I understand, yeah, boys don't listen a lot. They do. It is often different with girls versus boys with that. I get that. But I've seen a lot of documentation on gentle parenting. I've seen it with psychology. I see it on TikTok. It works with boys and girls. A lot of the distraction as well. If you raise a kid to go all of that and be everywhere, then that's what they're going to be used to. And then you decide to switch it up out of nowhere. It takes time, it takes patience, and it takes routine.
This is true. But are you saying that you would be willing to discourage a boy's exploratory nature for the sake of being more civil?
What do you mean?
And of course, when I'm saying this, everybody in the room, this is with the understanding that there are exceptions to every rule.
Right.
I'm saying that I'm just talking about general consensus and not this is just black and white line drawn in the sand. But the reason why boys can be very, very, very hard-headed when it comes to things is because boys have this particular exploratory nature where it's almost in DNA that we like to get to the point of almost killing ourselves to learn the lesson. If there's nothing physical that stops us from learning, then we really haven't learned. Only thing we've really learned is we could take it further. And for the most part, again, general consensus. With girls, it's just, and this is the reason why they say you guys mature a heck of a lot faster than we do. Because, with girls, you can, when you guys are young, before before puberty comes in and wrecks both sexes, not just girls, not just boys, wrecks both sexes. Before puberty, girls are the most logical, most thought-provoking of the species. Boys are not logical. Boys are like, I could do it, I'm gonna try it. Girls are like, if I do this, I could possibly get hurt. Or if I do this, mommy will be upset, or daddy will be upset, or I'm gonna disappoint or I'm gonna hurt somebody. Boy, we just don't have that trigger in us when we're young and we're little. And that's why, with KJ, he had to learn dealing with me. And like what Bree just said, she's at this thing and this boy is cute as a button, but he just doesn't have those cursors that say, hey, if I do this, this would be wrong. It's more so, I'm feeling like doing it, so I'm gonna do it. And it's not just a way of teaching, because a lot of times boys will do it and then you have to go back to them and say, hey, now that was wrong and you're not supposed to. But that doesn't always sink in. So with knowing that, would you try to psychologically change the instinct? Will you try to change the instinct of the boy when he first comes out to try to make him more civil? Or would you encourage him to do things that allows him to learn in his own way?
No, I would definitely encourage, but in a safe way. So if he wants to jump off the couch, then I would try and provide something else that he could jump on. Like, okay, you want to jump, let's go outside to the trampoline, but jumping off the couch or jumping off the stairs is not the proper way to jump.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know that until after he jumped.
Well,
That's how boys work. I want to jump off the couch. Next thing you know, they on the couch and they jumping.
Yeah, I get that. I'm not trying to stop him from exploring. I think exploring is important. That's why you need to develop a child. That's how they develop themselves. That's how they develop personality. Even saying no to you is them developing themselves and trying to figure that out. I get that. I'm not trying to stop a kid or the instinct of boys wanting to just try things out of their natural instincts. I wouldn't want a girl to do that. I would want to do it, try to change it to a safer way. If they're not badly hurt after the situation, if they tell them stop and they continue to do it, then I think you should present choices. If they choose to do the wrong one, then that causes consequences. I would try and put it in a safer way, provide the things that they could do, and then what their answer is decides what we do further. But my thing is more of punishment. The punishments is where I just draw the line. I don't want to change anything about that with a boy, because you want to jump on the pavement, sometimes you got to jump to skin your knee and realize, ouch, that hurts. You have to realize that to not do it again, or you realize, hey, that wasn't that bad, I can take it further. You realize that further does get to a point and they step over the line, but hopefully you've directed them that they know where the line is. And if they're that young, they don't. So you just have to help them along the way. I just don't agree with the violence of he's getting violent with you and punching you, so you should be getting violent with him and punching him. How is that going to solve anything? How is he punching you, your answer is spanking him? I don't understand that. Fighting violence with violence, it doesn't work for me.
Anybody else want to speak up? Because I have the answer, but I want to see what you guys think.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't have any kids right now. So until I come to that point in my life, I'm not going to speak on it. Because everyone say what they would do until they're in this situation. So I'm not going to speak on it any further until I have my own kid.
I think for me, it's either letting that energy run out. And if a kid tries to say, fight me, I'm like, all right, go ahead, try. And do the old trick, the head trick, just to keep him at distance while he's trying to swing. But that's just to either let him tire out, or instead of going him, I'm like, all right, bet. But you gotta see me punch first. And then I would just grab a doll or something, do that, all that to it, and be like, do you want that to be you? Are you sure? And then like, that kind of has like a demonstration type thing to show that, yo, you do not want it. And I feel like I do that, like demonstrating, but in like a safe, fake way type of ordeal with more things. Like, kind of like, I was like, kind of like the jumping off the couch versus like jumping on the sidewalk. Like, if it's in a safe distance and I know they'll learn from it and they'll be okay, I'm like, go ahead, you're gonna learn. But if it's like something that's extremely dangerous and not, I either be like Jada, like to encourage first, like don't do it. And if I know it's like a boy or someone that's not gonna listen, I would just get like something like a doll or something that like they appreciate at the imagination as like something that exists. Do the exact same thing to them and be like, uh-oh, they're broken, uh-oh, and be like, something's completely wrong like with that thing. And be like, is like, do you want that to be you? And it's like, if a kid's thinking like, if that's gonna happen to me, oh, but some kids,
yes.
You would say yes to what?
This is where I see your point in this. If you punch a doll and you're like, bang, 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 you want this to be you, KJ, and be like, yeah, let's fight. So, and
I think it depends on the kid.
Yeah, it depends on the kid. But
I like, yeah.
I'm not giving my kid permission to fight me and put his hands on me. Because now, yeah, you're tiring him out, but what if you're just sitting on the couch and all of a sudden you get punched in the face because he's tiring you out? It will happen. He's knocking you. It does. I've seen the videos.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
No, it is never okay to hit mommy.
Oh, especially. And at that point, it's just grab hands, loud voice, don't, and then I still got time, so I'm still thinking. I'm a little wavy on spanking punishment right now because it's like I know how it worked for me, but I don't know how it would work for that child, like in the future, no matter who they are or children. So it solely depends on the kid.
Fair point. Fair points on both of your sides. All I don't believe in them, but they're fair.
I don't know. I speak on it because we can all talk a good game, and then when them babies pop out, it's a whole different story.
From you, Bree,
I don't want to speak on it because you're not going to know until you're in the situation.
As long as you guys are comfortable with knowing that I'm going to beat your kids.
Oh, I know. They can go right to the grandparents' house. Go ahead. I won't beat you.
I'm beating everybody.
Go ahead.
I beat kids that's not mine. So, yeah. The grandkids going to get it. If, however, you teach your grandkids to, your grandkids, if you teach your kids to behave themselves, like, I'm not going looking for smoke. Like, I want to be that spoiling alpha, because, again, that's what I will be called. There ain't no grand nothing over here. Alpha. Anyway, so, but I'm not looking for the smoke. However, your kids will learn the cold, bare way of doing things. So I'm not putting no safety stuff nowhere in the house. Nowhere. I wouldn't do never. I wouldn't do it for none of y'all. I'm not going to do it for them. They're going to learn the good old-fashioned way. They're going to get one warning. Now, of course, when I'm talking about beating or spanking, I'm talking about they would have to have done something extreme. You know, if they're playing in a room and they're making noise, I'm not just going to go in there and start beating on kids and not like that. I know kids. I know that's what kids do. If the kid comes out laughing and has a hammer and starts going at my TV like Chucky, I'm beating that ass. I'm just telling you right now. And I'm sequestering bank accounts to be like, yo, who got it on this TV, dog? That was your offspring. Who gonna fix this? But I'm gonna let the kids, boy or girl, learn from experience. And the thing that they're going to experience from me is Alpha's not the one to play that game with. Now, I don't know what your mom must be called, granny, grandma, whatever. You know, if she allows them to do certain things, then, you know, hey, that's what they get away with her. They're just not going to be able to get away with the same things with me. If they hear me say stop one time, it means stop. And that's it. There's no, after that, you're going to learn. You're going to hear the rumbling in the house, and then next thing you know, the next time it's going to be followed by a little sharp pain. So, but if I kind of get what you guys are saying about, you know, the jumping analogy and being a safe height and stuff like that. The only safe height for me is going to be, okay, if this kid jumps, are they going to kill themselves? Mm-hmm. If they're not, if we got to spend the night at the hospital because they're getting a cast, then they're going to get that cast. Like, I'm like, all right, you jump off there, you're going to break some, snap. I told you, now what? What did you learn? All right, now now you got to walk around for 6 months talking about my arm itches. Mine don't, because I didn't jump off the counter trying to make it to the ceiling fan. Mm-hmm. I guess you won't do that again, will you? And that's what I'm going to do. You know, I'm going to let your kids learn from experience. I'm not going to try to curtail them a lot, but if you bring kids over to my house and they're unruly, yeah, they're going to get, hey, I done told you once, I'm not going to say it again. And if they come at it, yeah, they'll be trying to call you. They'll probably be on their tablets, texting or writing mom and dad, Alpha hit me. Can you come get me? I hate this man.
That's going to be my kids.
Yeah. And I'm going to psychologically mess with them. I'm like, I hate you too. Why are you here? Oh my God. They ain't going to know how to take me. But they'll learn. Like everybody does. You'll learn. Oh,
what
man.
about accidents, though?
Like what?
Like if our kids are playing in the hallway by the door and they accidentally bump into the wall and all the paintings, all the pictures on the wall fall and there's glass everywhere, you think that's worth the spanking?
No, that's not a beatable offense. Unless they were playing in the hallway and I was like, hey, stop playing in the hallway. Y'all gonna break something. And then 10 minutes later, I hear them playing in the hallway, and now I go out there and look. And the second time I say, hey, didn't I tell you not to play out here? Don't let me catch you in this hallway again. And then I go back to doing something. And the third time they do the exact same thing, yeah. Now you got to feel some hand. Because, I mean, you've been warned twice. But if they're just doing that, if they're just being kids, I'm not going to stop them from being kids.
I hate that.
That's why all the walls, even to this day, all of y'all grown. And all our walls still a high gloss paint on it. Because I know one of them little monsters is going to decide, hey, I can use this pen to write on this wall. And that is going to drive me up a wall. But, you know, especially a toddler, like a little 2 or 3 year old, I'm not going to start wailing off and beating on kids because they wrote on the walls. But they will feel pain. Like, I'm not going to, oh, this is why it's wrong. Nah, they're going to stay in the corner, you know, holding up the wall with their hands out till they start shaking in there. But, you know, it's going to be a physical lesson learned. It's just not always going to be beats.
I would prefer a physical lesson than an actual spanking or anything.
But if they break one of my windows, boy, you better believe.
What about
butt cheeks shall be tanned.
the shot glasses? If they knock into that.
Oh.
I feel like as adults, if we did it, we get hit.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
I don't know why you even saying that.
Oh my God. You don't even understand. Do you know how careful I am around them? Like, it's so many in my case now that when I go to put new ones on, like when we got back from my birthday trip, I had like 3 glasses and like a little Sarah bottle from Jada's birthday. But I was hesitant on putting those in the case because it's so full and the thing's kind of, you know, it's all glass. So when you go to open the door, the whole thing kind of shakes. And I can see me opening the door and the whole thing just turned into shambles. And I'm like, I don't even want to open it anymore. so, I mean, I'm going to have to get a new one eventually. But that, yeah. So, yeah, they're not going to be allowed in the office. And if they get caught in the office, that's a criminal offense. Almost worthy of capital punishment, but not necessarily. You know, they'll get a couple warnings, but if I hear that glass shatter,
That's terrible.
oh, you better grab before I do. You better grab them and go do something with them in the car because it's going to be a problem. Oh, man. But yeah, I don't know. That's interesting, though. The differences in generations. You know, Babygirl sounds like the smart one out of the 3. I don't know. She said we could beat them, so that's what I'm gonna lean more towards. But you got Jade over there, psychological warfare, and you got 2 over here bullying inanimate objects to try to teach the lesson. I can't wait until y'all have kids. Oh. It's going to be the highlight of my day watching all this stuff, boy. I can't wait for Christmases when all 3 of y'all have kids, whenever that happens. That's going to be awesome. Because I'll be like, oh. I'm like, babe, look. James is messing up. Let's see what happens.
Here's a gentle parenting.
Uh-oh. 2's just jumped off the table. Uh-oh. Where's the doll?
Yeah, that'll be theirs.
2's going to get the doll. 2 about to beat the hell out of a doll. You see this kid? This is you. I want to see if he sit down after you do that.
If he does, you can't say nothing. You can't make fun about it.
But if he picks up a doll, he'd be like, well, this you. I'm going to be on the floor laughing, dude. I swear I'll be laughing. Oh, man. Wow. You guys are so entertaining. I love it.
Wait, did you ever answer who you thought was going to have a kid first?
Yeah, y'all said Bree, didn't y'all?
Yeah, what did you say?
But, who I thought?
Yeah.
Damn, I was trying to avoid that. You ain't supposed to do callbacks like that. You're supposed to just let it ride. It depends. It depends. Since every answer you guys have given me always depends. So I'm going to use it. So it depends. No further explanation. It just depends.
No, that's not what
To
it
name
is.
somebody.
You've been tiptoeing this whole daggone podcast. You gotta pick a side.
It's my show.
Ooh.
No.
Just don't press that button by accident.
Let me see. Honestly, okay. This is how I rate it. I think the most ready would be Jay. I think if we're going by spontaneity, it's going to be Bree. And sheer dumb luck is going to be 2. But no, honestly, overall, who I think is going to be first, I'm sorry, Jada Bear. I'm sorry. Well, I mean, like I said, there's a lot that weighs in to be the most prepared.
But that wasn't the question.
Well, I mean, that's the answer for me. Like, out of the 3 of y'all, like, I can see Bree finding out she is and then traveling and then getting on roller coasters and shit, dumb shit like that.
Okay, hang on. Between you and Mom, what type of child do you think I am? And Jada, this is being ridiculous. Like, I don't know who they think I am.
Bree gonna be in Disney Singapore riding every ride. Like,
Jada,
I'm
do
good.
not shake your head like that.
I can wait till y'all are ready. Well, once y'all are ready, I have every confidence in the world that you guys are gonna be awesome parents, and each one of y'all are gonna name your firstborn boy Malcolm, and I understand that. But you don't have to. But you know, it'll be understood. I'm totally fine with it. But
It's okay.
You don't
I
have
feel
to.
like girls run first, anyways.
Yeah. But do me a favor. Do not turn around and start treating putting these boys on pedestals like y'all predecessors have
Absolutely
done.
not.
Now you know for
You
sure
see-
I'm not.
Me and Jada, I'm about to say, I don't know about you two, but everybody get treated the same around here.
Mhm. Okay.
Of course.
You hear that now. I mean, that sounds good. But you know, there will be another party involved. And if they're like, hey, don't treat Junior like that. Don't treat, hey, what are you going to do then?
Senior can go straight down there. Exactly.
I hear you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're starting to unravel. And it's been the perfect amount of time because we've definitely hit that spot. I definitely want to thank all 3 of my children. The wonderful baby girl, big sister Bree, all the way out there in Italy. The beautiful, intelligent Jada Bear sitting across from me today. And the strong and the up and coming Malcolm II, doing his thing way out there on the Pacific West Coast. And unless anybody has anything else, going once, going twice. All right, well, we're going to get out of here, and we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And
Later.